Greetings everyone online, for those who can hear us, and greetings everyone in the room. For those who don't know me, my name's Brett. I'm from DataSpark. We're the Tableau partners in Adelaide. And I joined DataSpark halfway through last year. So I've only been with them for 6 months as the operations manager. I've probably spoken to some of you in terms of renewals and things. And we're obviously, one of our key clients is RAA, who we've been supporting with their recent renewals and upgrading. And Heather has been obviously playing a very pivotal role in Tableau and becoming an ambassador of recent times. And we used to at DataSpark, Rob used to run the Tableau user group, but we wanted to make sure it continued, and so we've been fortunate that Heather's been keen to put her hand up and have a go at running the group. And so as a result, we've organised for this get together today. So without too much more further ado, I'll throw over to Heather, who's going to be running the group moving forwards. And we've got obviously Abe standing by online to do a little presentation as well today on Agentforce. So we're really looking forward to hearing about that. But yeah, over to Heather, and welcome Heather to running the group.
So thank you, Brett. Lovely introduction. So yes, obviously we've have had a Tableau user group in Adelaide previously, but we've had a little bit of a elongated hiatus. But yes, it's been really exciting to sort of have something back, and certainly have something in person. It's not something that we've done with the Adelaide TUG before. So good to have a hybrid event going on today. So yes, as Brett mentioned, we do have Abe, who's going to be presenting for us on Agentforce, which is Salesforce's AI agent. I've been having a little bit of a play with it. It can do some pretty cool things. Exactly how I would use it day to day with the work that I'm doing, I'm not too sure yet. But yeah, there's certainly a lot of scope to do cool stuff. So yeah, I hope that's something that you all will get quite excited about. Once Abe has done the presentation, we will have a draw for the swag that Salesforce has lovingly sent us for Agentforce. So we've got a few little bits and pieces for our attendees. So yes, we'll see what we can do there. And after that, for those that are in the room with us here, we'll have a bit of a networking session opportunity to chat with other Tableau users, and hopefully we'll strike up a number of really good connections, and that will be something that we can leverage moving forward with some other get-togethers, both in person and online. So yes, lovely to have you all here. Lovely to be here, and Abe, if you're all ready, we'll get started. Magic.
Can you hear me now, Heather? Okay, awesome. Okay, but for some reason did you just go on mute? Is that maybe why I can't hear you? Okay, perfect. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and share my screen. And just give me a thumbs up if you can see that okay. Yeah, okay, perfect. All right, so I think we can get started. Well, first of all, I just want to thank everybody for inviting me to this user group meeting. I wish I was in Adelaide. Unfortunately, I'm in Melbourne, so can't enjoy that nice sunny weather that you guys are probably having. But as Heather mentioned, we're going to be talking about Tableau and Agentforce. So a lot to cover in today's session, and I know nothing gets people more pumped up than seeing this Salesforce forward-looking statement. But just kind of as a reminder, I'll be talking about some features that are hot off the press. So I just want to remind you to make purchasing decisions based on what's available today in the product. So just again, I want to thank you coming here on. I know it's late on a Friday, and I'm probably keeping you from drinks, so sorry, but I apologize for that. But I just want to try to build up some of the energy and all the new features that we've introduced around agents. So hopefully, I'll make this a little bit exciting for everybody. And I just want to thank Heather and all the organizers for making this event possible today. And as you're all aware, the Tableau community is a huge community, and it's continuing to grow. So as you can see, we've got some stats on the screen. There's about 11 million visualizations available on Tableau Public. We've got about 30,000 user groups, just like the one that's meeting today. And then we're also helping a lot of students. So there's about 3.5 million students and teachers that are getting access to Tableau for free as well to help them with their analytics journey. So for today's session, I'm going to really talk about, really focus on the near future of Tableau and the Salesforce platform called Agentforce, and how we can deliver on the promise of AI analytics. And we'll also talk about some of the challenges that we're seeing in the data and analytics industry. And then really, I think three things that I'm hoping to get out of, kind of convey it from this session is really around the context of agentic AI and transforming data and analytics. Just really an excitement and a direction and vision of Tableau, of where it's going as an analytics platform. And then we'll also talk about some of the pre-built agents that are available that hopefully will add value to your data and analytics workflow as well. And then the second part of the presentation, I'll be more focused on some of the capabilities you can use today, and one of those is Tableau Agent, which I'll hope to do a live demo of that one. So just to set the scene, there are still many challenges that are in our industry today. So for example, insights are often overlooked or ignored. It might take just too long to get insights. It might be difficult to really understand. The second one is users don't trust the data. It's really difficult in ensuring that everything is accurate, the quality of the data is good. We also have a fragmented data landscape. We've got migrating data architectures. We've got maybe some tools might be outdated, or technologies, lack of harmonization. And then of course, that volume of data is just growing day by day. And then analysts are really drowning in tasks. So there's probably a backlog of work that they have to catch up on, whether it's creating a dashboard for somebody, whether it might be budget constraints that you can't hire some additional resources, or and then also really difficulty in really sort of understanding, anticipating what the business really needs. And also on the right-hand side of the slide, we also see that the promises of AI analytics are real, but they also have been sort of almost out of touch today. And some of these are making sure that we reduce the time of time-consuming tasks. For example, maybe cleaning up data, or integrating that data for analysis. The ability to talk to your data, so the ability to ask really questions in natural language and get those insights quickly, understanding trends and opportunities to help improve your business performance. And then, of course, the ability to infuse apps with actionability, so you can actually go directly from insight to action without having to go to other applications and so on. Now, how can the new Tableau sort of close this gap of what we see today? And I also want to focus on the analysts, because I'm sure you're probably really keen on hearing this point of view. Is when we think about analysts, their role seems to be infusing business meaning into the data. So really, by helping sort of emancipate themselves from the challenges of the backlog, the data volume and tasks, and really focus on more time on solving those higher order problems as well. And what we see is agents being sort of the analytical peer that can augment your workflow, deliver value to these challenges that have taken up a lot of your time today. And with that, I'm happy to introduce Agentforce. So for those of you who might have not even heard of Agentforce at all, we've been talking about this at Salesforce for a few months now. And it's really the new layer in the Salesforce platform for essentially deploying autonomous AI agents. And we see in a lot of industries and customers that some of, you know, your workforce might be really sort of tied up. So how do we bring relief to your workforce to really work alongside humans to actually get things done? And you can get your hands on Agentforce today. So we've had actually multiple Agentforce events around Australia and New Zealand. We've had thousands of customers build these agents. And really, Agentforce gives you the ability to build these really autonomous agents for your data and analytical needs. This is really a big leap in AI technology because unlike Copilots, Agentforce is autonomous and it's a lot more capable. The agents don't require human conversation to take action, so they can actually anticipate, they can plan and reason with minimal help. You can automate entire workflows or processes. You can make decisions, adapt to new information, all without human doing anything at all. So, for example, just to give you an idea, using Agentforce, you can deploy out-of-the-box agents for any role or industry. So, I'll show you some examples of ones in the data and analytics in a few minutes. You can enable those agents again to take action with the existing workflows or code and APIs and connectors. You can also connect your agents to any enterprise data without training AI models, and that's really, really important. And then finally, we're able to deliver those accurate actions because there's something underneath the covers called the Atlas. So it's the Atlas reasoning engine, which is sort of the heart of this, which allows you to have the ability to reflect, plan, and choose the right actions and take and deliver those changes. So just to dive in a little bit deeper, in order to explain what an AI agent is, there are essentially 5 key attributes. The first one is the role. So a role is a topic and job to be done that the agent can perform in an organization. So you'll have instructions that the agent's going to follow so they can understand and how to perform that role. Then you'll feed it data so that the agent is knowledgeable and relevant in your business. You can assign actions so that it can take actions for you. But of course, we also want to make sure that we put in guardrails so that they shouldn't, act in a way that's not within the limits that you actually set as well. And then it can interact across every single channel. So within Salesforce, we have what we call the trust layer. So which really helps customers benefit from generative AI and agent AI without compromising data security and privacy control. There's a whole set of things that we run through, which is just masking the data and sort of toxicity and bias detection and things like that to make sure that the data is secure as well. So, I might be hearing you say, well, where does Tableau fit in all this agent stuff? And essentially, Agentforce, if you think about it, is an enterprise-wide platform that really enables you to build these autonomous agents to support everyone in your organization and your customer. And Tableau is an enterprise-wide platform that helps you infuse business meaning and understanding to those agents. So, for example, you can use these agents to build visualizations. You can help really understand trends or summarize KPIs. For example, maybe you want to understand the actual values of a CSAT or profit, whatever it might be. When we think about these analytical solutions and applications, you can also have an agent as part of the solution as well. And then making sure that we bring the focus back to you as an analyst and your role with agents in the business, I think is sort of twofold. And the first one is business focus. So bring meaning to agents and share that with your business. And then the second one is analyst focused. So how do we leverage these agents to enhance and augment your workflow? And really, Tableau and Agentforce are coming together to bring that AI analytics to every team and workflow. And this is where some of these pre-built data and analytics agent roles will be available. So what does it mean to actually provide AI analytics to every team and workflow? And how does Tableau and Agentforce do that? Well, we've got what we call these pre-built analytical skills for everybody. So skills that allow us to really be true data pros, and even more effectively prepare and visualize data. You also get access to a data concierge. So we can have trusted questions and answers with our data. We can also get proactive insights from what we call the inspector. So really to help us stay on top of our data, get alerted to emerging trends or hidden opportunities. And then last but not least, help us build analytical apps for any use case in an easy sort of way. And as I mentioned, these skills are available and can be accessed from what we call the new Tableau, which is kind of sort of Tableau inside of Salesforce. That's going to be coming shortly in a few months. In Tableau Cloud. So if you're using Tableau Cloud today, you might be familiar with using Tableau Pulse and Tableau Agent. And then, of course, Agentforce, which is what I mentioned, the overall platform. So I'm going to just walk you through a few examples. I have a couple of just demo videos just to play, which will give you an idea about some of these capabilities. And let's click on to the next one. So we'll start with how Tableau sort of enriches Agentforce with analytical skills. So the Data Pro and Concierge will essentially populate and suggest topics with corresponding actions when building your own agent in Agentforce. So in this video, we're going to show you how to build an agent within Salesforce in the new Tableau, and how to build an agent within the new Tableau, such as the role, the data, the action, guardrails, and channel. So I'm going to just go ahead and play this, and hopefully this will. Okay, you said just trying to make sure. Okay, let me see if I can get that to play in the presentation. Excuse me 1 second. Is that better, Heather? No. Okay, sounds like coming through. I think. I'll just try changing it to my MacBook, see if that works. Is that working? Can you hear that, Heather? No? Okay. Okay, that's a, I might have to just share those videos after the meeting. Well, what I'll do is we'll actually do a live demo of Tableau Agent. So let's get back into the slides. Yeah, that might be an issue, but I'll share the those videos after the meeting, so you can watch that. Um, I'm assuming that the video is probably the audio is not working either, right? Okay. No worries. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and share those videos afterwards, just to give you an idea of how to actually build some of those agents and inside Salesforce. But what I want to spend more time on is Tableau Agent. So uh, and Tableau Agent is available today. Essentially, it's your AI assistant designed to help you answer any question on your data, build the best visualization based on best practices. And essentially, it will help guide you through your analysis, enable to anyone to become a Viz expert. Um, it's also, again, I mentioned before, guaranteed to keep your data safe because it does go through that whole Einstein trust layer, and ensuring that none of your data is used by any sort of third-party models, and also protecting against hallucinations as well. Um, and let me just switch over. So I have a data set that I'm actually using, and for today's data set, it is I'm really into cars. So this is something kind of passion of mine, just to kind of do some more investigation. So I have this cars data set, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go ahead and create a new workbook using this data source. And as soon as I've done that, you'll notice I'm on a blank page, and you'll see that this little pop-up comes up, and this is the Tableau agent. So it's basically saying, if you're not sure where to start, go ahead and click on it, and then it will help you explore your data and do some other things. So, as with any generative AI tool, the human must not be removed from the loop. So, Tableau Agent is not a perfect data analyst, but as agent gets smarter over time, it may eventually get to a level of expertise somewhere near the folks we have here today. But it's really just important that you check and sometimes the work, and this will help improve on the agent's work as well. So, just as we hit disclaimer, we've got it. The first thing you'll notice is that the as soon as you connect to your data source, one of the things that agent is really good at is understanding the context of the data source that you're exploring. So at runtime, the agent scans through the metadata, like the table names, the column names, descriptions, and really recommends questions for someone like a new analyst, so that can sort of kickstart your exploration with. And what we're doing is we're actually grounding the LLM's general knowledge in the metadata from the data source that you're working with, to really get to those, to get contextual relevant suggestions. And as you can see here, I'm going to go ahead and just click on that suggestions. And now it's giving me some options. So it's saying, okay, well, these things might be of interest, whether it might be the relationship between the engine size and emissions across different fuel types, or maybe comparing the total price of cars by fuel type, or so on. So I'm going to just go ahead and click on just one of these, just to see what Tableau can give me. Yeah, it looks like gave me some information. You can see it brought some fields over, it brought the model year, as well as the average price, so I can kind of get an understanding of that. So yeah, that was interesting. I can also go back and look at some of the other suggestions that it might come up with, and kind of just uh, work um, work through to see a different way to kind of explore my data. And you can see there's some new suggestions that it had come up with. But what I want to do is I want to actually interact with this. I want to be able to work with agent to and agent can help you build a visualization, modify visualization through filters or sorting or grouping. And the part that I really like is it can help write calculations as well. So um, let's go ahead and start simple. So I just want to say, I'm going to copy and paste my prompts for the sake of time. So I want to understand what are the trends in different, what are the trends in number of different models over time? So then, and I also wanted to break it down by the fuel type as well. So as I clicked on it, the first thing Tableau is doing is actually understanding the intent of what I'm asking it. And it's going to basically convert that into a technical query, go against the LLM, and then essentially return the visualization, which is what you see on the screen here. So I can see here, it's basically brought in a line chart of information, and I can see that it's delineated by the fuel type by color, which I can also see here, and I can kind of see the information around the automakers and also the type of vehicle over time. So, okay, so that's pretty interesting. I want to do some more analysis here with this now. So one of the things with cars is actually have a really old diesel car, and I'm a believer that diesel cars, when done right, are actually better for the environment than petrol vehicles. So let's see how that plays out. So I'm going to go ahead and ask it, what are the average engine emissions for diesel versus petrol over the years? So let's see what Tableau returns with. Okay, so now again, I see a line chart here. And again, we can see that it's delineated the petrol in red and diesel in blue. And actually, my theory was correct. So on average, diesel model vehicles actually have less emissions. And also, I want to point out something about Tableau Agent is when you ask it to apply a filter, it automatically shows you a quick filter here as well. So you can quickly validate whether the filter was applied correctly. No more you have to go and right click and select that option as well. So okay, that's interesting to see. So just to continue our analysis a little bit further, but I'm sure that the fuel type alone cannot explain these lower emissions. I also want to see if I can glean any insights comparing engine displacement and emissions. So let's see if we can help with that. So I'm going to ask it to show me the average engine size of diesel versus petrol engines. And as this is kind of thinking through, you'll also notice that after that, it gives you a response. So it gives you a little bit of a summary of what it did. So you can just, again, make sure that it's doing what you asked it. So it's basically saying it's updated the viz to show the average engine size of diesel versus petrol engine over the years. And I can kind of see here, this is the model year on the right, average engine size, and you can see that it's showing that information there. Also want to point out here, you can actually give it some feedback. And again, this goes back into the LLM just to kind of help make this better over time. So if it was positive, we can leave some feedback there. But more importantly, if it wasn't accurate, if maybe if something was wrong, maybe if something was, whether it was inaccurate or maybe it was something that was biased, we can actually flag that here. So we can put some information, check one of these boxes, and then submit that. And again, this will get fed into the LLM as well. Okay, so that looks pretty good. So I want to do some more. So I also want to, on the same graph, I just wanted to see the average emissions. So let's go ahead and say, add average emissions as a new line. Okay, good. And now that's kind of interesting because I do see that actually the size of the petrol engines actually grew in the early 2000s here. As you can see, that number is going up. I wonder what happened at that time. Maybe it was the time of supercars. But okay, so let's dive into the petrol cars and see which manufacturers have the highest displacement motors. So I'm going to quickly just open up a new sheet, and I'm going to continue my analysis here. And you can see that the agent is already showing there. And I'm going to ask it to show me the automakers with the largest engine size on average. Okay, so that looks pretty good. I can see the Rolls-Royce, the Corvette and Lamborghini and Bentley and all these other sort of supercars that are out there. Okay, so that's good, but let's just keep the petrol fuel only. So I'm gonna go ahead and enter that. Okay, that's good. And again, you can see that quick filter showing on the right, so it can validate that that was correct. And maybe I'll just select just the top 9 or so. And I'm going to go ahead and just keep these only. And as you're working with Tableau Agent, you can interact with this as if you're building a visualization on your own. It's an agent just kind of to help you as you're working through. So that looks pretty good. Now I just want to show you some capabilities around creating a calculation. So let's create a calculation that flags the crossover point in the 2000s so we can check. So let's say, let's ask Tableau Agent to create a calc. Let me just copy and paste my prompt. And essentially what I'm going to be doing in this one is I'm going to say create a calc that says low displacement error if the model year is before 2005 and very high displacement error after. So now it looks like it's working on that. And the nice thing is, it's actually created a calculation for me, and it's also named it, which is pretty nice. So I can come over here, I can just validate that looks pretty good. Okay, and I can hit OK. And now you'll see that new calculated field is showing up here. This is also really good with LOD calculations. So if you've got some complex ones, I know sometimes when I'm creating some of those, I'd have to go outside and Google or maybe ChatGPT it, but now some of those are possible to build right here. So I'll just bring over the calculation here. Yeah. Okay, so I just want a couple of things I want to point out here is that so again, Tableau Agent was able to take the context of the viz and combine it with the user prompt. And then you can also really help easily improve on agents' results. So if you wanted to maybe bring that over into, for example, color, I can do that as well. And now that I can easily see it, maybe I'll just show it this way. Easier to compare it side by side. So let's go ahead and fix that. So again, really easy to do this. And last thing I'll do here is before I go ahead and publish this into my, like I said, I'm in a car forum website. Before I share this with everybody else on that forum, I just want to make sure that everything looks okay. One of the things I noticed, and I'm a little bit kind of picky about it, is that all the names are in uppercase. Doesn't look very good. So I'll just do one last calculation to fix that. And I'm going to go ahead and ask it to create a calculation to fix the name of the automaker so that it's just the first letter is capitalized. And again, you can see here, capitalize automaker name. That looks good. And now I can go ahead and just replace that with automaker. Okay, much better. So we walked through sort of just an example of working with agent. And I just want to walk through just really quickly a high level sort of how it works, just to give you an idea of some of the things that it does. So really, it starts in Tableau Cloud with a conversation between you and Tableau Agent, where you ask it to take actions like creating a viz in natural language. Tableau Agent then starts to process that requests. So it invokes a prompt based on that request for the LLM to identify what the intent is. And then it performs data grounding using data like fields and values to identify information that you've specified in your requests. It interacts with LLMs outside of Tableau Cloud during this stage so that it goes through that Einstein trust layer to preserve that data security. And then Tableau Agent begins to execute on the request. So it invokes prompts or APIs for each skill needed to answer the original ask and sends those prompts to the LLM. And this stage also involves third-party LLMs. So again, it's going to go through that trust layer before interacting with the LLM to safeguard the data. Then back in Tableau, the agent performs what we call a coherence check to ensure that the LLM output is consistent with the data in the data model. Reflection is also incorporated in this process to improve the quality and success rate. For instance, autonomous retry lets the system sort of reflect on its output quality and make any necessary adjustments. And then finally, Tableau Agent uses technology like VisQL to preserve Tableau best practices. So by routing all the data query through the VisQL, row-level security is baked into the process as well. And then Tableau Agent has an answer for your requests. It responds to you in the chat with what was created, as well as a viz, so you can interact with it as well. And then again, you can start this process all over again by making another request to Tableau Agent and essentially go through this whole process again. So I'm also excited to actually announce that this will be available in Tableau Desktop shortly. I believe it's going to be next month. This was released, one of the 2025 features that are coming. And then you can also get a free trial of this if you sign up. If you go to tableau.com, there's a free trial, and you can play around with this with any data set that you want and kind of interact and to kind of see how that works for you. And then I just want to, last but not least, also want to talk to you guys about Tableau Conference. It's coming up very shortly. So this will be back in San Diego as it was last year, around April 15th to 17th. So if you can, I'd highly encourage you to attend this event, because it's quite an exciting event, not your typical conference that you go to. And thank you again. I really appreciate the time. I know I said it's a late Friday afternoon, but I really appreciate you guys inviting me and giving me some time to speak to you about Tableau and Agentforce.
Thank you, Abe. Now I'm wondering whether anybody has any questions in the room or questions online. I'm hoping, Chris, your question got answered with Abe going through how it worked with Tableau. Good. All right. Anybody else have any questions there? Everybody's. There you go. You've communicated clearly and effectively, obviously. Magic. Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for the presentation, because yes, we have had a few little technical difficulties as yes, through the getting ourselves set up, but we are here. It is working, and that is fantastic. So what I will do now, and in the room they can see me playing with my display in an effort to try and switch to dual screen so that I can put together the drawer. All right, everybody, I think I've got everyone in the system. So I reckon I'll hang on this. All right. So my first little prize pack. We have a little Tableau merch. there is PIN, which is hot property for our RA grads. So we will apologies there, I thought I was off mute. Anyway, off we go. No, see, it said tap to spin, and I was thinking that was going to be a thing. Here we go. First up, Darren. Darren, all right, we will have to get Darren. You know what I need is a list.
Yeah, and I don't have any.
Could you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that.
That's right.
Okay, fantastic. All right, I'll set that one aside for you. Okay. All right. Next up, we have Astro. Oh, the gasps in the room. Okay. So here we go, and we'll go again. Here we go. All right, there we go. That will Oliver Lou. Okay. So well now do let me just check this for a second. Yes, we did have that. Okay, cool. Just double checking. All right. So, spinning again, we have the lovely Salesforce sauce. Plate with Astro. And I press the space bar again. It's not the way to do it. Not the way. Louise Ryan. There we go. So, well, pop together another pack. Considering that the majority of people are in the room, this is really surprising me. There's got to be a statistical thing going on here. All right, so prize pack number, whatever we're up to. Let's do this again. Rob. Fantastic. All right. Okay. So, second pair. Nope. I did that space bar again. I'm going to keep doing it. I apologise. Steve. Steve. Okay, here we go. Right, so we have another one of our Sunny packs. There we go. Fantastic. Okay. All right. Astro number 2. Come on, Astro, in the room. I'm not pressing the space bar. I should avoid that. Yeah, lovely. Okay. Another pack here. Okay. And Next pack. Just see this. Lovely, lovely. Okay, we have one more pack. Alright, but we have plenty of stickers to go home. I know that they're probably going to adorn a few laptops. So, our last prize pack is going home with me, because I'm going to have to send it to Chris. All right. Okay. Thank you very much, everybody. For those of you who are online, thank you. Oh, Chris is saying re-roll. That's very kind of you, Chris. I shall do that. All right, here we go. We are back to our wheel of names. Dun, dun, dun. And here we go. I got to click on the other page. So I can't click on the virtual version of it. Rose, who is my handy helper today. Thank you. Alrighty. Okay, so for those of you who are joining us online, thank you so much for attending, and we hope to see you online again, perhaps maybe in person or perhaps online again. But for the rest of us here, we will continue on with a little networking session, and we hope to see everybody at another user group session very soon. And thank you so much to Abe for presenting.
See you guys. Thank you.
Thanks. See you later.